In case you needed a level of frustration from me for the way things have been going with this show, note that I did not put music in. There is no music under me. Not that I'm too lazy to, but in an effort to correct all the problems that I've been having technologically, I deleted a whole bunch of things that I shouldn't have, at least not on purpose. So clearly I know what I'm doing here at Deprogrammed. I'm trying very hard, but here we have it again. This episode on Morphine is not up to snuff. I do apologize. It got snipped. I edited as absolute best I could. I am trying in the meantime to only have locally recorded episodes, at least until I can get nailed down like a way to make sure that it's not going to give me any issues. I also have reached out to Behringer in hopes that maybe they have some ideas. Maybe it's their equipment. I don't know. Have not heard from them. In the meantime, we did have a very fun discussion about morphine, and you're going to hear some of it. You're going to hear, because we recorded for about an hour, very frustratingly, and I very frustratingly have edited this conversation. So I hope you enjoy and hope this run of episodes has not run you out. So doing my best to get to the next point. So thank you so much for sticking through it, and I do apologize. Enjoy the show. It's Deprogrammed, the podcast where we want to get you into a band, and we've done all the work for you. It's really as simple as that. All you have to do is listen. Today's band is Morphine. My name is Justin, and hey man, since I said my name, oh hi Justin, on the Patreon machine, patreon.com/oh hi Justin is a great place for you to go to get everything I'm doing. And I'll leave the cell there because so many more pressing issues to get to, like, I don't know, the band today, Morphine. Joining me in studio, the person who put morphine in my face, Jennie Zell.
Hello, Justin.
Hello. I feel like it's been months times since I've seen you.
Yeah, it's been like forever and ever.
Forever, ever?
Forever, ever.
Also joining us all the way from the hurricane-stricken, or about to be hurricane-stricken, Florida there, Peter.
Heyo.
Heyo. Hey, this is already much better than Filter last week.
Is this your redemption episode, Peter?
I hope so.
Unfortunately, we're recording this. The Filter episode has not come out.
Mm-hmm.
It really bums me out because the same thing happened with the Alice in Chains episode. The Filter episode was just this wonderful conversation that we're having that we didn't get deep enough into because we had to stop every 2 seconds.
Right.
The frustration was real.
So this one's actually probably going to come out before the Filter episode.
Nope.
No?
Jody's already edited Filter, and they took, I don't know, 20 hours of work.
Jeez.
Yeah. They take their time.
Jody is the master, though.
Absolutely. Their ear is, yeah, we'll just leave it there. But because again, more pressing issues. So Jennie, you suggested morphine, at least as a topic for the show, and this band actually had gotten put in front of me before you suggested it. So this one's going to be interesting for me. I'd like to hear your thoughts on them.
So Morphine, I started listening to them back in the early 90s. They really, really caught my ear, where everything else is grunge and punk and alternative rock, or whatever the genres were at the time. This band came out and has no guitars. Like on paper, it looks like it would be a jazz band. It's bass, drums, and saxophone, and the sound somehow still 100% fit into the alternative sound at the time, and it blew my mind that there was somebody that just one little thing, they just took out the guitar and they made something that fit right in with everything else that was going on at the time, but it's completely their own sound.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always loved that kind of thing where somebody kind of like breaks the genre and says, you know what, no, I'm going to do it like this. And so they just completely caught me by surprise, and like I just fell in love with them. And like I listened to Buena and oh shoot, I'm sitting here like, oh, I used to listen to these albums back to front, like I know them like the back of my hand, and I'm like, I can't remember the names of the albums.
Oops.
But to be fair, I was up until like 2:00 in the morning at a party, so I feel like I'm in the perfect state of mind to talk about Morphine today.
Yeah. All right, so I don't want to use the word reluctant here, Peter, because that wouldn't be the case, but this is definitely a discovery for you, correct?
Yeah, pretty much. I saw that you guys were looking for one more, and I was like, yeah, why not? Like, I've always wanted to check out their stuff.
Well, it's funny, you know, I keep making mention of how much this is the year of Peter on Deprogrammed, but like, hey-o, but you keep hopping in on all these discoveries, and to me, that's like the spirit of the show.
I just like talking about music.
Sometimes it's just that simple. So with me, I had mentioned to you, Jenny, that my friend JB had mentioned this band. I got a couple songs in, and I didn't really, I dug it, but not enough to finish the whole album. But then you had said, I swear, it was like days after JB put it on my radar. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I finished listening to Good, and I was like, this is excellent choice of
good,
words.
Yes.
Is good. Is good. Yes. So then you had mentioned a good number of weeks ago, hey, next time you need like a quick turnaround, let's push for Morphine. And I was like, you know what? I need a quick turnaround. Jenny, let's do Morphine. And, you know, we put the feelers out. Nobody jumped on, but here we are. So talk to me about putting your, in this case, 15 together, Jenny.
Well, I may or may not have 16. We'll see how it goes when we start doing this list. But this was actually probably the easiest list I've ever done. And I'm sure I've said that before at some point. But like legit, I wrote it down on this piece of paper. You can see how many times I scratched something out and put something else there.
Not many. Not
very many. I scratched out 3 things and then added 4, I think. So yeah, the math didn't work out, but it's fine. I knew... So I guess it was Cure for Pain and shoot, like I said, album names are just awful for me. Whatever the third one was, albums like other than the titles, back to front. So like I kind of just scanned through and I listened to them, and I knew exactly what songs from those I wanted. It was just a matter of finding the ones from Good that I'm not as familiar with that album. So I just kind of had to go back because I think I was telling you recently that like. When I used to listen to music as a teenager, I would sit down like with the CD, with the liner notes, with the CD case and everything, and I would listen to the music and like consume it and absorb it. And I'm not doing anything else. I'm not reading books. I'm not doing side work. I'm not doing chores or anything. I'm just listening to the music, and like anything like this band that I used to listen to, 25 years ago. It's embedded in my brain a little bit better than most. It's just that first album that never, I had to go back and refresh my memory a little bit on that one because that's a newer one to me.
So with this being a discovery for you, Peter, how was putting your 15 together?
It was easier than I thought it would be. Since we're only drawing from 3 albums, I kind of liked half the songs on each album, so my list pretty much came out to be 5 from each album.
Oh, there you go. It was like, again, I hesitate to say the word easy, but like I didn't feel like there was any nail or hair pulling decisions to make.
No.
And it's not that the songs that I didn't choose were bad. Just
some stand out more than others,
right? And so like I was just trying to really hone in on what these guys are,
right?
And to that point, I loved. So the only time I felt there's two bands that have this sex appeal to what they're doing that I've done. Afghan Wigs.
Yep.
And The Doors.
It's funny because, like, in my head, all three, like, there's just this, like, weird, like, dark driving sex appeal to them that it's always just, it's right in my wheelhouse. This is my thing. So
I think you mentioned, Peter, you always respect a band who uses saxophone up front.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unironically, also.
Yeah. So with that, just given the problems we're having, I will say this, like, I do think this is a great band. I do think this is about the conversation we can give them, though. Like, there isn't this great discography to comb over with great detail. So with that, the name of the game is Deprogrammed. We've each combed through 3 albums worth of stuff and picked out 15 songs that we're now going to mash against each other in an attempt to create a top 10 starter kit for Morphine for you to listen to at your own leisure and hopefully get into the band. Start here. I never lead with a favorite, but I do think this one's like it's spot on, and apparently it was a hit, but it's spot on. Buena.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Jesus, Peter.
All right, so Buena is in.
Good.
Hopefully.
Or Buena.
Yeah,
if you
Buena.
will.
All right, Jenny.
All right. Okay. Where am I going to go first? Probably one of my favorites is "You Look Like Rain."
I got that too.
Okay, Nope, I don't. Which album?
That is one of the sexiest songs that they do. I love it.
I know it got through on my first run. There it is. Yeah, it was.
In my notes, I wrote that it sounded like Twin Peaks.
I can definitely see that. Yeah. Just imagine what's her name dancing to it in the middle of the diner.
Yeah.
All right, Peter.
Let's see. I'm gonna go with Claire.
Man, no. I almost added that at the last minute, but I was like, I already have too many songs. I should just leave it out.
Nope.
Sorry.
All right. Let me go here. I feel like this one was an outlier, but I could not bring myself to cut it. Free Love.
Absolutely. I looked at that one. That was the one that I was going to cut at the last minute to bring it down to 15. And I was like, I remember that every time I played that song to decide whether or not to cut it, like right away, it starts out with that real deep saxophone sound. And it's just like, nah, fuck no, this is staying.
Exactly. That's how I felt. Every time I'd come back to it, I'm just like, why would I cut it though?
Exactly.
I've got it too.
Oh, yeah. There we go. 2 in for the unanimous. Jenny?
Let's see. I think I'm going to go with one of my other... I've got a lot of personal favorites, I guess. I'm Free Now.
Nope.
Damn.
No.
Damn.
Damn. All right, Peter?
You Speak My Language.
Yes. That was like probably the 3rd or 4th song that I put on the list. That's like one of the best songs freaking ever.
You know what bugs me is like that one was one of my last cuts. I mean, you guys had it, so it goes to the conversation. I feel like I cut it because I don't remember why, but I had some sort of hokiness reason or something. I was worried you guys wouldn't have it because of oh, I love this, but I don't know that they'll have it.
Yeah, no, there's something about that song to me that like song, the feeling that you get when, like I was just talking to somebody about this recently. I feel like I'm always kind of like on the fringes of different cliques and circles, and like I don't fit into like any one group. but like when you do, it's like this magical thing, and I feel like that's kind of what this song is about. It's like you speak my language, we click, you know, and it's just amazing.
All right, so that's 2 of 3 though. That ain't bad, as somebody once said.
Who's that dude?
Who's that dude? All right, Peter. Good answer.
Let's see. A Head with Wings.
Oh
no.
Well, shit.
I mean,
that one
from
definitely
that
stuck
album,
out though.
Yeah, that album, like, it's kind of tough to cut. And
me fits like
Yeah.
as far as that initial cut.
I mean, the thing with The Cure for Pain is that, like, it was actually easy for me to find 5 good songs, like, right off the bat. I knew exactly which 5 songs to choose because they're the ones that stand out to me from, like, just which pieces of gold are the shiniest in this pile, you
Yeah.
know?
All right, so, all right, well, you know what? I'll stay on that album though. All Wrong.
I have it.
I don't.
Okay. 2 of 3.
You're all wrong, Peter.
Hey-o.
You're all wrong.
All right, Jenny.
I'm gonna go with Whisper.
Whisper in my ear.
I have that.
Same.
Yeah.
Unanimous.
That may be the sexiest song that they've ever written. It may be one of the sexiest songs of all time.
You know, it's
I'm
funny.
just gonna put it out
Is
there.
I just started singing the Frogs Whisper. Whisper in my ear.
To somebody do a mashup of those 2 songs.
Yes. All right, Peter.
Speaking of sex, Super Sex.
Yep.
I don't have it. That was like one of my last cuts.
I have it near the bottom of my list because it's not one of my favorites, but the name alone I could not cut.
That was why it was probably my actual last cut, because I was like, you said something earlier about like a little bit of hokiness to it. Like that's kind of why I ultimately made that cut. I was just like, yeah, I'll come back to that later on another song, I'm sure.
But for some reason, it reminded me kind of like Elvis a little bit, the way he sings it.
I can see that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're doing okay here though. We've got three all the way through, and we've got 4 in the conversation. So we hit a couple more, and we've already got our 10. All right, let me get some of these deeper ones towards the bottom that I don't think anybody has. Yeah, Test Tube Baby, Shoot 'Em Down.
That was one of my last cuts.
Okay, well, like I said, that was one of the ones that I was anticipating nobody would have.
Right. It doesn't hurt so much when you kind of expect somebody to shoot
Right.
it down.
Yep. All right, Jenny.
You know, maybe I'll go for one of those too. Okay, so even though this is not a guitar band, they have like one acoustic song on pretty much every album, and On for Good.
Nope.
Nope.
Damn. I had 2 on my list originally, and I probably chose the wrong one. The other one you guys might actually have. I like that they threw in an acoustic song with all this other stuff. It really stands out, I think. You know?
You right. All right, Peter.
I had one of those too, and this might be the one that the other one that you're referring to. In Spite of Me.
That is absolutely the one I didn't include. Damn.
I don't have it either.
Damn. It was basically a coin flip between the 2, and like I let my personal experiences color which one I chose.
All right. I'll go right back up towards the top for me. Have a Lucky Day.
Yeah.
No, I almost added that like literally in your driveway as I was coming up here, and I didn't.
And weren't sure if you were in the right place. It's like, well, let me work
Yes.
with my list.
Yeah, am I having a lucky day? I'm not sure.
All right, that's okay. Peter and I have it. Moves to the conversation. All right, Jenny.
Let's see. What else do I have starred on this list? I think I hit all like my top favorites. I'm going to go. This is one that I actually didn't include originally, but I felt like I was wrong for doing that just because I don't necessarily. This isn't necessarily like my favorite song, but I feel like it's a staple of theirs, if that makes sense. And that's Thursday.
I got it.
I got it.
Hey.
Nice.
Hey.
There's something about, like, I always like story songs anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever, like, they do a story song, sometimes that there's little bits and pieces that come across as turns me off from the song a little bit. But at the same time, it's still a really great song. And, like, this one is all about, like, him, you know, sleeping with this married woman. And it's a great little story, you know?
Fun times.
Fun times.
Fun times. All right, Peter?
This was mostly a discovery for me, but when I heard this song, like, I swear I've heard it in a movie or something before. Honey White.
I got it.
Yep.
Oh.
And that's the opening on that album, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know where I've heard it before, but I've heard it.
I'll go to the internet machine and research it.
So I got to say this. That's 5 all the way through. 5 through in the conversation. So NTP is officially out the window. We don't have to worry about pulling anything out from the trash. And I've got 6 left. And with that, you know, I'll go. And here's one that I really enjoyed. Cure for Pain.
100%.
Nope.
Okay. Makes it over to the conversation there. All right. Jenny?
Okay. You know what? I think I'll also go with the title track and go with Good. Is good. Yes.
Is good. Not good enough to be on my list, though.
Damn.
No good.
Burn.
This is crazy because we have a good amount in the trash, but like I feel like you know we're close enough together that it's not garbage. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Very weird. All right, Peter.
I like this because it has a crazy sax solo at the end. Sharks.
Oh my God.
That was like my second to last cut.
It was my actual last cut. We talked about the hokiness, and I was just worried that you guys wouldn't have it because it was hokey.
Yeah.
But it was.
Yeah, it really is. It really is, and it has like that. It has like a real retro kind of vibe,
Mhm.
you know. I mean, like I guess they kind of all do because they're basically
way.
a jazz band that's, you know, turned rock and rollers.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that into the conversation, though, Peter, because I really like that one. All right.
Shocks.
Let me go. Let's do this one. Let's take a trip together.
That was the one that I cut out at the last minute.
Oh, really?
And decided to change my entire list because F you, that's why.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, I don't have that either.
Okay. I'm out on my own. I'll go on a trip by myself.
I had it.
Mm.
You know why.
Mhm. I know why.
Um.
It is your turn, Jenny.
Well, speaking of which, I'm gonna go with the saddest song.
Oh. One was well on my radar.
I don't have it.
All right.
Screw you guys too.
I would have put that closer to the mic when you scribbled that one out. You sounded angry. You're angry about it. All right, Peter.
Probably just scratch my phone.
Oops.
I don't care.
Mary, won't you call my name?
Oh my God.
No.
God damn. Some of these hurt that I don't have. Well, again, I hate going back to that old. Well, they all could have. I mean, in a way, they really all could have. I mean, to be fair, there are only, what was it, 38?
Something like that.
So, I mean, if ever there was a case.
Yeah, I mean, I listened to their entire discography like in an afternoon.
Mhm.
It was super easy.
All right. I'm down to my last 4 here.
Okay.
And let's go with this one. I'll stay at the top of those 4. All Your Way.
No.
Okay. Was that a no and then we lost you, or was that just a no? All right. We got you again, Peter?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you just say no again?
No.
I'm leaving all of this in.
That's
This
cool.
behind stuff in because yes. All right, so
Still my turn?
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I'm surprised I haven't named this one yet. Radar.
Nope.
Nope.
Damn. Like, I even almost made a joke about it earlier when you kept saying, like, oh, this has been on my radar. I'm like, so I guess the song did not penetrate your radar.
I mean, it did, just didn't stay there. All right, Peter?
This is my last one. The only one.
I haven't.
Same. So do
Holy
I.
shit.
Yep. All right, I'm down on my last two.
Okay.
What do you got left?
I have one, but technically that should be my last one because I didn't bother to name it earlier,
Okay.
I guess. I'm going to say yes if you say it.
Okay. I got Sheila.
Nope.
Okay. Sheila's in the
Nope.
trash. All right, Jenny?
Had my chance. That was the only one I have left.
Nope.
So it didn't even matter.
Nope. And
I had my chance, and I ruined it.
And then my last one, not that it matters at this point, was Scratch. All right.
Scratch.
So, all the way through. Buena, Free Love, Whisper, Thursday, Honey White, and The Only One. Those are the unanimous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Solid.
6 through, and then 6 in the conversation.
So we only have to eliminate 2.
We only got to get rid of 2 here. Do we have you still, Peter?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so we need to eliminate 2 of these. You Look Like Rain, You Speak My Language, All Wrong, Super Sex, Holy shit, that's hard.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you, Look Like Rain and You Speak My Language, I feel like absolutely need to be on the list.
Agreed.
Okay. Well, side for me, so I'm with that. I'm not against Look Like Rain either.
I'm pretty strong on Cure for Pain.
Same. I mean, looking at this, the one that sticks out, one of the ones that sticks out is Super Sex. And I honestly think Have a Lucky Day is the other one, which would leave All Wrong and Cure for Pain
Okay.
as the ones in.
I mean, I like All Wrong, but I think that there's something about Have a Lucky Day that, like, adds a, it just adds a different dynamic to the sound that they have and what we're presenting on the list.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, I mean, like, I would not be against putting that one because, like I said, I almost wrote it down in the driveway.
Which way are you leaning? All Wrong, Super Sex, Have a Lucky Day, Cure for Pain.
I'll message him while you screw on with that. I'll message him the last 4, and then you can just edit his part in. Does that sound good?
Yeah. So, Cure for Pain and Lucky Day.
Yes.
I agree. Let's do that. Not only because ease, but I actually do agree. All right. So here's our 10: Buena, Free Love, Whisper, Thursday, Honey White, The Only One, You Speak My Language, You Look Like Rain, Cure for Pain, Have a Lucky Day. Pretty painless, I'd say it.
Yeah.
We got 6 through. Let's try to get it. I'll run this down one last time. Buena, Free Love, Whisper, Thursday, Honey White, The Only One, You Speak My Language, You Look Like Rain, Cure for Pain, and Have a Lucky Day. Which way are you leaning for the number 1, Peter?
I would say either You Look Like Rain or Honey White.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. What are you thinking, Jenny?
I was gonna go with Buena just because that was kind of their big hit, and I hate to be like the hit person, but it's one of their honestly best songs, and they're not really that well known.
Mm-hmm.
Like they got a lot of like critical success, but people just don't know of them. So like I feel like it's a good attention getter. But Honey White is a good solid pick.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I was leaning towards Buena as well, because I believe, if I'm correct, it's the first track on that album, on Cure for Pain.
And it kind of just drops you right into that sound. It just takes off running.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I'm kind of leaning that way.
I'm okay with
All
it.
right. I thought we lost you for a second. I was like, oh, God, please no. Please no. All right. So, again, we're going to have to skip the whole, hey, here's where you're going to be back, because at this point, editing this is going to be a nightmare again. But thank you so much for joining us, Peter. And All right. So I'm just going to record this. Peter, thank you so much for joining us. I know you're not online right now. My head. Buena is our number one with a bullet. You Look Like Rain.
I thought we were going with Honey White. Honey White's number one with a bullet.
Is it?
I thought so.
Okay.
Are we changing? I don't know. I lost track. I'm sorry.
I thought it was Buena. I thought we made the case for Buena.
No, I was talking about Honey White was the first one on that. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry.
Let's go. We'll go with Honey White. That's fine, because it stopped recording there. Anyway, again, I apologize, Peter. So we'll go with Honey White as our number one with a bullet. Buena, You Look Like Rain, Free Love, Whisper, Thursday, The Only One, You Speak My Language, Cure for Pain, Have a Lucky Day. And today is not my lucky day, because unfortunately this is turning into a nightmare for your boy Steve over here. But thank you so much for coming, Jenny.
No problem.
Do appreciate it. Patreon. Oh, hi, Justin. You can help me get out of this nightmare. Please. Oh, God, please. But Morphine. Learn them and love them, people. We'll see you next week. Bye.